For one thing, I think it's just a beautiful comedy drama. More drama than comedy, but it's a very funny show. About you know, this young man who's really lost in the world. He's suffered quite a loss. His best friend has been killed in this biking accident halfway from Washington State to New York State. And he doesn't know what to do, and he's been missing for 6 weeks, and he shows up at Grandma's apartment in Greenwich Village out of the blue, 3 in the morning, hasn't called her. And he's pretty damaged. I mean, he's not just damaged from the death of his best friend, but he's there's something that's not quite right about him anyway.
She said she had to do some thinking. Thinking is good.
Well, it's been a lousy couple of months for you then, between one thing and another.
And what happens during the course of the 6 weeks that he spends living at Grandma's apartment, he begins to grow, he becomes an adult, and that has a lot to do with the influence of Vera, the grandmother.
Oh, it's a beautiful story. It's just a beautiful play about you know, what one generation gives and gets from the other, about life's process, about moving on and growing up. Yeah, it has something to say to everybody, and it's funny, and it's touching.
Like a play about like a grandma and her, like, you know, feisty old grandma and like her young son coming to visit. Like that could have been really like saccharine and like sitcom-y and awful, but they don't go for that. Like it's like raw and like realistic, and like it's how people actually talk, and it's how people actually, you know, talk with their family members. And I think that's kind of what steers it away from that, and what makes it so relatable is because people kind of recognize that it's real.
But it wasn't going to be the trip we planned. It wasn't going to be the 4 of us.
But you admit that we had planned the trip. You planned to come with us, Beck, and that was the plan. But I guess you were already planning to break up with me. You just didn't let me in on that part.
The partition isn't up. You see the ugliness that can happen between family members, but there's still somehow that support comes in at the end, which is really amazing.
Wow, you're really like milking this man a few words romantic scruffy beard thing.
I just really want to kiss you, Amelia.
Amanda.
Sorry. I knew I was going to do that.
Yeah, that just set you back like at least 20 minutes.
Well, the show is a really beautiful, small, I guess, slice of life. And I think it's so relatable to everyone who has family, who has relationships with people. Everything that happens in the show is really true.
And during the course of the play, which is just 10 scenes, no intermission, you get the most damaged kid, and right up to the end of the play where you see that he's going to be all right in the world. And it's a beautiful little play.